This is the process shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in the enigmas of my mind, and I've seen Love Crazy, a screwball romantic comedy from 1941, directed by Jack Conway. It follows Steve and Susan Ireland, eager to celebrate their wedding anniversary, only to be interrupted by Susan's mother, spoiling their plans. She sends Steve on an errand that leads to him running into an old girlfriend, which leads to a series of mistakes and misunderstandings, which eventually pushes Susan to seek a divorce from her husband. Steve protests, but there seems to be no way around it until his lawyer gets an idea. If Steve can be declared insane, divorce proceedings would be delayed for at least a few years. It sounds crazy enough to work, and Steve is eccentric and desperate enough to pull it off. But of course, it's going to take a bit more than any of that to really win back his wife. Also, did people in the 40s just have personal lawyers on call or something? Anyways, there's an excellent grasp on plotting in this movie, with every distinct event that occurs leading into the next in some way or another, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem at the moment. It's definitely a great example of stakes scaling up, compounding over time until they reach some sort of a breaking point. And then, since it's a comedy, keeping up the momentum to see what happens next. The movie does put more weight and importance on these situations in the long run, leaving other elements like character development a bit lighter, though it's not as though a comedy like this demands any deeper motivations for its cast. It's more about their performances and how well they sell their dialogues and jokes, and, given the story itself, making sure everybody is having a good laugh is definitely going to be the main goal here. It is a bit limiting if you really think about it at length, but I figure that the focus on pure comedy is how it makes up for this, keeping everything simple enough to understand while being inventive and avoiding most cliches or formulas. I wouldn't say the movie is completely unpredictable, but it does its best to keep you on your toes before pulling the rug out from under you. That all said, the fact that this is still a movie from the 40s does mean that there are going to be some drawbacks on the production side of things. Camera work is limited by the set design, with a few creative angles here and there, but otherwise sticking to the same perspectives every time a particular setting is shown. It's also pretty clear what is a set piece and what is a location shoot. There is at least enough seamlessness between cuts to blend everything together, and to make the major locations feel unified, but that's just a bit of a stretch to say that the editing is practical and well handled. It does at least keep up some good comedic timing, though. Overall, I would say that the whole of the movie is made for its comedic premise, and how its cast works its way through the material. There really isn't too much else to say. Not that that's a bad thing, of course, but it also leaves room for more to be had on a more thematic or topical level. Still, the slapstick and situational humor is top-notch, so if you want some of that, this movie will be up your alley for sure. Love Crazy, Jack Conway, 1941. 3.5 stars. I'd go ahead and say to give it a try. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have something to add, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something from this movie that I'm not really noticing. Either that, or I just need to watch more screwball comedies to really understand the genre. Maybe I just need to take a walk outside. Oh, right.